Hello and welcome back to Law Made Simple, the podcast where we break down the law into, as simple as we can. And I'm your host, Male, and today we're talking about, let's just say, the MACRA mess. This case had to do with nepotism, illegal hiring. Yeah, you get the picture. So stay tuned as we break down this case. As usual, I'm going to put the citation of the case as the title of the podcast, of the episode rather. So stay tuned. So, here's the background. It's 2020 and somebody anonymous decides that they've had enough of the hiring practices at MACRA. So they file a complaint to the Ombudsman accusing MACRA of hiring based on tribalism, cronyism, basically favoritism, yeah? And for lack of a better term, I would say the star of the show was Mr. Godfrey Itaye, who was the Director General of MACRA. So, Ombudsman, being the legal watchdog, she jumps up into action, launching an investigation. And fast forward in 2021, boom, they dropped a 121-page report, with a dramatic title, I might add. It was called Secure in Deception MACRA. So here's a breakdown of what this report said. The Ombudsman found that Itaye's appointment was illegal. They say the man never went through an open and transparent hiring process. Translation, he got the job through backdoor deals. That's what they're saying. And another finding was that MACRA's hiring process was a joke. Like, some vacancies were advertised through hand-picking people and not necessarily the proper public announcements. Another finding was on qualifications. It said some employees were hired despite lacking the necessary credentials. And another finding in this report was that there was an abuse of office. Like, the Director General, Mr. Itaye, and his crew basically were accused of misusing government resources. That included like vehicles and fuel. And the punishment, I would say, that the Ombudsman gave in its report, she ordered that all 16 claimants, she ordered that all 16 claimants, including Mr. Itaye, should be fired. No terminal benefits should be paid, and if any had already been paid their benefits, they had to pay back. Another order rather is that if they wanted to sue for compensation, they had to go after the people who hired them and not the government. That's what the report said. So MACRA's board of directors took this report as a gospel and wasted no time in firing the claimants. So, but of course, the claimants proceeded to go to court, demanding a judicial review. Now the fight is in court. Now, this is where things get more interesting. Oh, and I forgot to mention, my firm was representing one of the claimants. So we were right in the middle of this. And the big question before the court was, did the Ombudsman overstep her powers? And the claimants argued that the Ombudsman acted beyond her jurisdiction. And the complaint was anonymous, meaning there was no identified victim of injustice. And under the law, an investigation can only be triggered if a specific person claims they suffered injustice. So the Ombudsman does not, rather, another argument by the claimants was that the Ombudsman does not have power to nullify contracts. Only the courts can do that. The government, on the other hand, argued that the Ombudsman was well within her power, and because MACRA's hiring process, as they claimed, were a disaster, and someone had to clean that up. So, yeah, we're in court, and this is what the court said. The High Court ruled that the Ombudsman had no jurisdiction to investigate an anonymous complaint. It further held that the Constitution did not allow anonymous complaints to trigger investigations. And it also found that since the investigation itself was invalid, the nullification of the employment contracts were also invalid. So what's the bottom line here? The court set aside the Ombudsman decision, meaning that the claimants won. And it did not matter that who say the Ombudsman intentions were good in trying to fix corruption. It did not matter. But procedure errors is what killed the case. And let's see, what can we take from this? Okay, so number one, I would say follow the law, no matter how good your intentions are, because the Ombudsman would say they were just trying to clean up corruption, but skipping the legal processes is what turned around this whole case. So another lesson perhaps is that if you're going to fire people, make sure you have a rock solid legal basis, because MACRA thought they were doing the right thing by following the Ombudsman orders, but the court said, yeah, nah. And that, my friends, is the legal drama that was in the state. Godfrey Itaye and 15Others versus Ombudsman and MACRA. So, as usual, I'm going to pose some questions to you guys. What do you think about this case? Was the court right? Should the Ombudsman have been given more power, or was this just another case of legal technicalities saving the day? So I always love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to share, subscribe, and leave a review. So this has been Law Made Simple, where we talk about Malawi's most complicated legal issues and make them sound, I guess, almost fun. Until next time, stay out of trouble. At least just make sure you get a good lawyer. See ya.